Good morning, students. Open your English Beehive book. Children, today we are continuing our second poem of our book, Beehive. The name of our poem is Wind. Now, as we have discussed the poem, now we will discuss the literary devices used in this poem, Wind. Here, now first of all, there is no rhyming scheme. In this poem, the entire poem is written in free verse. Free verse is a poem where the free verse poem is a poem where the poet is free to create the rules of the poem and express individual creativity. There is no rhyme in free verse and therefore no particular rhythm pattern. A very prominent literary device is anaphora. Anaphora is when a particular word is repeated at the start of two or more consecutive lines, like all these three lines, line 2, 3 and 4, begin with the word don't. This is anaphora. There are more instances of anaphora also, like here you can see you. You has been repeated in all the three lines here, line number 6, 7 and 8. Now the next important literary device is used in the poem is personification. In the entire poem, wind has been personified. Here you can see in this line number 8, the poet is saying you are. The poet is referring to the wind as you. That means he is treating wind as a living thing. Here also, when he refers to the wind as he and his, in the second last and third line, he and his. So, these instances personify the wind. Another important device is used in the poem is repetition. Repetition is again, over and over, repeat, restate one more time. That is repetition. Here in line number 9, crumbling, this word is repeating many times, as you can see here. This is used in order to lay emphasis. The poet wants to say that the wind crushes everything which is weak. That's why he has repeated the word crumbling. Now, there is another device that is used in the poem is alliteration. Alliteration is the repetition of a consonant sound in closed connection. Now, let us see the instances of alliteration in this poem. Here, wind, winnows. In both the words W, w sound is repeating. Again in the next line, won't, what. Here again W sound, w sound is repeating. So these are the two instances of alliteration from the poem. Now there is a use of symbolism in the poem. Symbolism means that the thing refers to some other thing. This means a symbol is something that represents something else. So in this poem, wind is a symbol. The wind refers to the challenges in life, and we can say that the poet has used symbolism. The poet is using wind as a symbol for the adversities in our life. So students, we have discussed the poem and the literary devices used in this poem, and now we have finally come to an end of this chapter. Now I want you all to read it again, and if you all have any kind of doubt, you can contact me. Thank you, children.